Today is 2017. 2017. 5/21, 2017. And I would hope and pray that not gonna pray, I'm not gonna prognosticate, but this is the last video that I'm gonna do to show how disgusting those women are. The so-called queens, the dark-skinned magical, black magical. Why does I want to talk? More brothers, back again. This time I want to talk about a link that I saw on Q's Soul in Black. Shout out to Q. Talking about the repeal of the notifications of the recalling black women Section 8. And the article is on slayingevil.com. Shout out to slayingevil.com. Link will be in the description. Go check the brother out. He has some very good articles. Remember when I was telling you, damn near a year ago, that the election of Donald Trump would be the end of the gender war because he was going to start cutting back on the goodies that black women get from the government, right? I mean, that was a no-brainer. So I was saying that because of this, that black women will start to have to horse trade with their men again. Even Obsidian, he's done a few shows on that. I don't know if he still has it on Blog Talk, but he did shows on that about Donald Trump and why he was a Trump supporter. Now, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I am a analyst. I've been a geopolitical analyst for the last 20 years, and you could see this coming like light years away, that this was going to happen. So even though I took flack for it, and I'm probably still taking flack for it, I did say that Donald Trump will probably be the end of the black gender wars. And this is like not the first salvo, but this is one of the salvos that are coming in the black gender war. So I'm going to read this article from slayingevil.com. Section 8/welfare troubles now here. As notification of cuts are sent out, black women begin biting the bullet. This is from May 2012, 2017. And he shows a couple of posts from Facebook with women showing up their letters from the Tennessee Housing Authority, and that they're taking away their Section 8. You can see the women are starting to freak out in the comment section. But here goes the article. Let's see how strong and independent these black queens will be now that their white father has decided to give them the boot. Under the Trump administration, we knew this was coming. As I have stated before, Trump is a businessman who will approach running the U.S. from a business perspective. He does not like to see large amounts of money being wasted on any level. Black women were fools in believing that their government privilege gravy train would roll on forever. We intelligent, thinking black men have been telling black women for the longest while that eventually they would fall out of favor with their white father, and that they have only been used by the state to keep black society fragmented and broken. There was never any relationship of significance between black women and white men. White men, in their efforts to prevent black men from taking up their positions as leaders, have placed black women over us as the leaders of the black community. Not surprisingly, seeing as women do not build nor do they create, black communities worldwide, especially in the West, have gone down the toilet rapidly. Black women, for their degenerate and destructive services rendered to the government, were permitted to indulge in the dainty treats and benefits of the state. In addition to this, they enjoyed limited immunity from the law. However, now that their usefulness has ended, the white supremacist infrastructure has decided to cut ties with black women, now considering them more of a liability than an asset. It seems that the article I wrote back in 2016 regarding huge welfare cuts doesn't look so outlandish now. Here's the article for those who haven't seen it, and he's referring to slayingevil.com.
My contention is that everybody didn't get what black women got. The only people who got what black women got were women with vaginas who could be whores. The only people who got what they got was people who go to Trident Tech and get a single mother scholarship, which what I call whore scholarship. Go on.
Today, welfare trouble ahead. More black women will begin turning towards escorting and prostitution and robbery. As stated in the title, more black women will begin resorting to escorting, prostitution, and robbery. In fact, look at the amount of cases we are already coming across now of black women prostituting themselves as well as being involved in acts of theft and robbery. Wasn't it just back in February that a black woman robbed a convenience store with an assault rifle? I already told you in Negro Wars that the black woman must be broken and completely smashed before they can be redeemed, and that this will not happen unless that cozy, comfortable, and convenient relationship they have with big government is completely destroyed. Well, it looks like that destruction is taking place, orchestrated by the very entity who black women decided to sell black men down the river for. Black women have had their fun in the sun, urinating and defecating on black men at the behest of the state. Now it is their turn to be kicked to the curb and be treated in the same manner that they have been treating the members of their own communities. In light of these latest developments, I don't feel sorry for black women in the slightest. As far as I'm concerned, they must be left to stew and marinate in their own failures. They must be abandoned and left to crash and burn by themselves in the same manner that they had no problem shafting black men in exchange for their 5 shekels of silver and a moldy morsel of bread from the government. Don't save them, black men. Don't save them at all. The black woman's transgressions at this point are innumerable. This is one of the main reasons why she must be left to decay and perish in her own filth. Just think back and remember the last 50 years of hell and torment these black sirens have put black men and black society through. In light of this, should they be saved? I think not. Black women must be punished for their crimes. A cup of judgment has been poured out, and the modern day black female will drink down its contents undiluted, at full strength. There will be no way for them to escape the wrath and the recompense to come. They will have no choice but to bite the bullet and chug down their sour beverage. Of course, you already know that robbery is definitely going to skyrocket amongst black females because of their addiction to weaves. Expect to see more horses mysteriously having their hair being removed. Expect to see more black women engaging in robbing convenience stores and even Korean-owned beauty supplies.
Hold up. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Hold up. Wait a minute. You know who else is going to suffer? A lot of Koreans and a lot of Indians. Because their money stream is being cut off because the black women are being cut off. You know who's going to benefit? The black family. Because they're going to have to start looking at good men, not exciting Pookie, Ray Ray Man. And so, you know what? When you take out the cornerstone of the black woman, a lot of other people are going to suffer. Restaurants. But you know who's going to gain? Restaurateurs who don't have to deal with motherfucking Shaniqua and her fucking stable of fucking mini fucking strippers and prostitutes. All right. This is going to be the last video I make about this. Because if this one doesn't get you and make you understand that they are evil, then you know what? I must have wasted my time.
In order to rock that 23-inch Yaki or some silky smooth Remy. As I stated in my first Section 8 article, these cuts are a double-edged sword. They will finally bring an end to black women's financial reign of terror, but at the same time they will cause many black women to resort to desperate measures in order to supplement the shortfall of income. Most black women are extremely materialistic individuals. They must have the means available at all times in order to satisfy their childish lust for money and worthless material possession. As far as the majority of black women are concerned, they cannot go without. They know nothing concerning sacrifice, making do without, and prioritizing. They will, however, have to forego many of the luxuries that they are used to, if necessary by force. Of course, at this point, many black women will step forward and say that more white folks are collecting government welfare than they are. This is a true statement. However, white people as a collective do not use government welfare as a crutch. Unlike black women, whites, generally speaking, are not lazy and will typically use state welfare as a temporary stopgap. Black women, on the other hand, are married to the state. Once they begin receiving government assistance as far as they are concerned, they are set for life. This is the big difference between white folks and black women, and this is the main reason why these cuts will hit black women the hardest. Remember, black women's new husband is the state, hence why she has given black men the middle finger. However, now that her new husband is filing for a divorce, what will she do? Who will the black witch now turn to? Your thoughts. And go to the brother, man, and check out his website, get his book, and I think he said he has a Patreon page, but this is a very good article. It's something that I have said more than a few times, man, that this is going to happen. And everybody thought, okay, as soon as Donald Trump got sworn in, that all of a sudden you're going to see a big rash of cuts, but it takes time, and even under normal processes, he's done this fairly rapidly. Fairly rapidly. Women are shook. They're shook. They were shook before he took office, and they knew that this was coming. So that's why. How come they were trying to shame black men back in the line? They're still trying to shame black men in the line. We knew that there was going to be more racism in certain areas, right, amongst white folks, because you're going to have financial stress. Financial stress brings out the worst in people. So now that white men and white people have permission to do certain things, you're going to see certain things happen. So swirling and giving men the middle finger and saying that you save men's lives when you're actually taking white daddy's check. Okay, Judgment Day is coming. It's not here. They're just passing out the notices for Judgment Day. They haven't even hit the gavel and started the trial yet. But it's coming. I'm not saying it's good or bad or indifferent. It's just coming. And people are going to have to tighten their belts. Black women are going to have to get right. They just are. They're going to have to get right. They're going to have to stop faking the funk and get right with their men. Get right with their children. Get right with their communities. It is what it is. But that's all I wanted to say on this one. I just wanted you guys to check this out. When I first saw it, man, I had to say, let me go read this, because Q just hinted at it. But I said, let me go read this, man. I saw the caption and I saw the letters. I just started laughing. It's hilarious. It's hilarious and sad at the same time, because I don't like to see kids and people suffer. But it is what it is, something we've been trying to tell them. They don't want to hear, so now it is what it is. There's going to be a hell of a lot of pressure for decent guys. Because, you guys kind of be careful, man. Don't fall into any traps, because they're going to be laying traps for classic men left and right. So you working class, blue collar guys, you classic men, you might as well get a map, because they're going to put up booby traps and landmines out for you guys all over the place. So just be aware, all cooter ain't good cooter. And you're going to have to vet all your cooters now, because they're going to be laying traps for you. Anyway, with that, man, I'm gonna check out of here. This BGS out.
So that's one layer of the situation. There's another serious. There's another serious aspect of what is going on, and that is, hold on. Okay, let's look at this. This is one of their favorites, Maxine Waters. I think she's crazy, and that's what dementia means. I'm not gonna look up dementia. You look up dementia.
It was within his power. No, you're not confused. While Putin is continuing to advance into Korea, who are connected to oil and connected to the Kremlin with contracts and money being passed around. No, you're not confused. Implicated in an investment. Absolutely calling Hillary crooked. The millennials are a force. I recognize it, and I was the millennial once. No longer, of course. I was the millennial once.
So my final question to you, Congressman Engel.
No, you have not. Excuse me.
Talking to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had been talking to me about standing on the aisle and shaking hands.
No, I'm sorry, Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
I have not called for impeachment.
You said I'm going to fight every day until he's impeached. That's what you tweeted.
Yeah, but here's what I've said. My greatest desire is to lead him right into impeachment. Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45!
To be clear, you believe it would have been better to keep in place an FBI director who you said had no credibility to oversee this investigation than to find someone who you think would be a better choice?
No, but I believe the president thought that. Don't forget. You're talking about what some Democrats said, what I said, but don't forget, he was the president. The president supported him. He had confidence in him. It was within his power. And
but you said he had no credibility, so it would seem to make sense that he should get rid of him.
No. Under investigation, this president basically has interfered with.
You know people don't like to hear the word impeachment, but we know you like saying it. John.
Impeach 45! Impeach 45!
Understood. So if Hillary Clinton had won the White House, would you have recommended that she fire FBI Director James Comey?
Well, let me tell you something. If she had won the White House, she should have fired him. Yes.
So she should have fired him, but he shouldn't have fired him. This is why I'm confused.
No, you're not confused. Implicated in an investment.
The bottom line is that you think an FBI director without credibility would have been best served in this position
to try
to pursue this investigation.
I think if the president had fired him when he first came in, he would not have to be in a position now where he's trying to make up a story about why. It does not meet the smell test.
It appears that Congresswoman Maxine Waters has finally discovered the definitive proof showing collusion between President Trump and the Russians. Here she is on MSNBC yesterday, about to pound the final nail into the coffin of the Trump presidency.
Yes, absolutely. I am talking about strategies that were developed working with the Trump campaign. I really do believe that much of what you saw coming out of Trump's mouth was a play from Putin's playbook. I think that when you saw him absolutely calling Hillary crooked, lock her up, all of that was developed. I think that was developed strategically with people from the Kremlin, with Putin, and I think it's more than bank records. I think that you can see that...
This poor guy is trying to keep his composure.
This is the woman who's the prominent voice for wanting to impeach Trump, and her evidence is completely Louise Mensch level crazy conspiracies.
The president of the United States, who has a history of firing people who get close to, Korea? No, you're not confused.
That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you motherfuckers get. That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you motherfuckers get. Let me tell you what else you get. That's what you get. That's what you get, motherfuckers. That's what you get. That's what you get, motherfuckers. That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get, motherfuckers.
An optimist in that I think that the majority of black men are doing just fine, relatively speaking. If you look at net worth numbers, we all know the infamous study that most black women are worth $5. The typical black man is worth about $7,500. So I mean, it's not millions, but it's better than $5. The typical black man, his average salary is somewhere in the neighborhood of 40,000. And the employment rate is somewhere in the neighborhood of 62 to 63%. And more brothers are going to college versus going to jail, so it's not all doom and gloom in the so-called community. So I think that as the knowledge spreads, we'll just see black men improving. And quite frankly, I don't know what black females are going to do. They're kind of on their own at this point, but we all know that at some point shit's going to hit.
They're sharing the same men. That's what they're doing. And
yeah, they are.
And they're getting left. They're getting left. They're sharing the same men. Then they're getting left. And then when they get older, they become bitter because they realize that the men that they should have been chasing were the men that they were dissing, and the men that they should have been chasing are now happy with Mealing, Becky, and Guanijawa.
My numbers, I did some calculations on this. It's notoriously hard to find the numbers, but 60% of black women have multiple children by multiple men versus 30% of brothers who have multiple children with multiple women. So there's the imbalance right there. Also, 49% or so of black men do not have any kids at all.
Right.
So in terms of children, and if include one child or two or multiple, 80% or so black women have children, be it one child or more children. So, I mean, quite frankly, they are completely reliant upon government to subsidize their bad decisions. That's why we see all of this.
And you know what, Kate, not to interrupt you, but if Trump or the government were to take that away, these black women would straighten up sharper than a number 2 pencil.
That's what I'm saying, and that article from Slaying Evil, you should look at it when you get the opportunity. It goes in depth. I mean, he's even got pictures of females holding their, we're revoking your vouchers letter. I mean, it's hilarious shit. But at the same time, this is why I feel like the change is coming. And again, are white women the new black women? If they don't straighten up, then the answer is going to be an affirmative yes.
Hey! Now hold on. Before I comment real quick, Solo Mitch, and he's my antagonist in I always have an antagonist in the stream. I love it because we need the opposite side to chime in. He says so. It's black men versus black women. That's insane. Solo TV84, I guess. Is it really black men against black women? Is it really insane?
Yeah, it is. It's called The List. If anybody had any doubt, The List should have silent. I mean, think about it. They instead of coming to instead of making a video, why I hate Solo TV84 or why I hate this World King, and here's why he's wrong, and here are the facts and figures. Instead of doing that, they need to flag down your channel. Think about it. I mean, this just goes to show that not all, of course, but the majority of black American women are going to exercise their petty power over you no matter what they have to do. They're even trying to, last I heard, they were trying to start a foundation to an anti-defamation league and some bullshit. So yes, it's like that. This is where we are.
Okay,
This whole thing with these black bitches has become a source of ridicule, a source of humor, and it's not funny. It's not funny. They're not funny. They're not fucking funny.
Are fostering in these black women that they can do anything. Have y'all noticed that these niggas like Brother Polite, as you saw in the last time he was on my show, they're fostering these women to be able to do whatever they want. Like whatever they want. Them dudes are telling them it's okay. Them dudes are telling them it's okay because they want to sleep with them. How is that okay? And her Instagram has not been removed when she shows her 5-year-old child sucking her titties. But mine has. Yeah, pole dancing with her daughter. Ridiculousness. She gets to pole dance with her daughter. She gets to show her 5-year-old sucking her tits, and no one fucks with her like they fuck with me. Make sense? I would say not. I would say it doesn't make sense. I've done nothing to my kid. Nothing. My child is the happiest motherfucker you could find. But this big old beast-faced woman, and just let me, just so y'all can show y'all how much of bullshit is this makeup and weave. I want to show y'all just how much of bullshit is this makeup and weave. Number one, this woman gets online and tries to make herself look lighter while calling me crispy. Here's a picture of this woman up close. Look at it up close. That's her. Look at all that makeup she's got on her to make her look lighter, to get rid of that mustache. As you see the mustache right there, see it? Full big old face like any tranny. Look at how huge her face is. Look at how much makeup is on this woman's face. Look at how much of this damn weave is in her hair. Look at how big her shoulders are. Look how fat her arms are. Look at this. But look at it. Look. These women's jaws, a black women's jaw and chin is squarer than the black dudes. How many of y'all have started to notice that? Black women, like the dude, that young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh looked relatively feminine. Young Pharaoh looks relatively effeminate. But the chicks have square jaws. You gotta color your face, do all this stuff. Thank you for getting that person out of here that said non-stop attacking women now. Now again, I ain't trying to say the woman ain't pretty to somebody. It's none of my business. But when you gotta lighten yourself up and you turn around and call me crispy, I don't understand this. And if you guys are trying to get me off the internet, how is it that they're not trying to get her off the internet? Listen to the shit she said in 8 minutes. In 8 minutes. She's tried to ruin a child's life. Do y'all understand? I don't know. Whatever I have beef to do with Vic and all the shit he's done to me, I ain't tried to take this man's kid from him, take this man's wife from him, take this man's house from him. I don't see the shit that y'all niggas ruin the internet. Y'all use the internet to do some of the most disgusting shit possible. That's what y'all use the internet for. To just do disgusting shit to people. Wake up every day to do disgusting shit to people. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. A lot of people came and joined the show tonight at fucking 1 in the morning. This is awesome. I don't know why you guys want to see me this early. Tomorrow I'm going to put out a bunch of shit for you guys. I may even put out something else for you guys tonight. I don't know if the dudes want to open up the You Dig tonight. I'll go over there if they do. I had a little bit of a nap earlier, but I'm going to put up some stuff so you guys can have a full day tomorrow. Because you guys supported me tonight. This shit is awesome. I didn't even tell people that we were having a show. It was just a show. So this is crazy. Somebody said, fuck you. Okay. I was thinking I would open up the lines, but I don't know what people would say. Like, if I open up the lines, what would I let people talk about? If I open up the lines, like, what would they say? What would I allow people to call in and talk about? Because we got all these people in here. Maybe I should let them call in and talk. Now, Mad Black is all right. And since everybody up, I don't know. If y'all want me to keep y'all entertained, I'll entertain you motherfuckers. I'll do it. But to get this many people to come to a random show, that shit is weird. Somebody said the bonus 2 minutes, two-minute box. I'll do it. I'll just do it here. Love you too, Miss Chris. Listen, here's what we'll do. Like this is a work night. All these people are here. All right, y'all. Give me 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes right back on this channel. 10 minutes. I'm gonna open up the lines. Y'all can call in. Cool. All right. 10 minutes. I'm opening the line right back up.
This is the shit I'm talking about. Like me and Key Dad, man.
All of her information. Chucky, hit your boy up. I'm going to make sure that on my website, all of her information's there. I'm going to make sure everybody knows everything she did to me. But she didn't just do this to me, y'all. After she stopped messing with True Seaman, and True Seaman, lame ass, every time, first off, y'all, True Seaman was making videos telling people, Soto Nation falling down. All the people who was in Soto Nation that left Soto Nation. But he never speaks about the people who leaving him. And he never wonders why I never did it either. I never spoke about the shit, the people who keep leaving you. True Seaman. Because you claim the only reason you messing with me is for the stuff I do online that's crazy, and you don't want to get in people's personal life. But you surely did put up photos of girls who was just at basketball games and football games with me. You talked shit about them. You called them ugly. You called them stupid. You called them whores. And they did nothing to you. They didn't do a thing. And you're supposed to be up for black women. Now, somebody said that they found Jasmine Tate on there. Please send me the information. Every bit of information you can get, because she's probably watching this, so she's going to try to take it down. So every piece of information, screenshots, whatever you guys can get, send it to me. Because I have no idea why she did that to me. And again, everybody knows I'm a forgiving man. Maybe she can come tell me why she did it. And if she can do that, I'll leave it alone. If she can tell me why she did it to me, you ain't got to say nothing about True Seaman. I don't give a shit about him. I want to know why you did it to me. They can post whatever they got. If they got something in the chat room, post it. I don't care. I just want to know why you did it to me. Because I didn't do anything to you. And why did you have so much glee at fucking with me? And then you knew this nigga was crazy while you was helping him. And then when you stopped dealing with him, you left this motherfucker out to dry. Now you talking shit about him when you were feeding him. This is what black women do. And I don't understand why you men don't see this. I don't understand why you men don't see this. If you're watching the show, click the like button. I have no idea how 1,200 people are watching this time of morning. 1,211 people are watching right now, and it's fuck it, it's almost 1 in the morning on the East Coast. Click the like button. Share it with your damn friends. Everybody. Now, she was caught on the show. Now, guys, the real reason why these people say they're trying to stop me from making money, we go after the money. By that logic, you dumbass, you can go after the logic for everybody, and they wouldn't keep doing it. You wouldn't keep fixing people's cars if it was no money involved in it. But here's the thing. She claimed that I'm trying to make black women look bad. She claimed that they are taking me down because I'm ruining black women's lives. What I want you guys to hear is a phone call in which she did. And I want y'all to hear how this so-called woman who's standing up for black women. I don't know this woman, King Jump. I just said I don't know the woman. I didn't sleep with this woman. I've never seen the woman. I want y'all to hear, and I want everybody to talk about it when you hear it. This is a recorded conversation between her on a YouTube video hangout, thanks to my man Chuck It Down. Chuck It Down, put this up. Just chuck it down. For 8 minutes, I want y'all to hear how this woman who said, I make black women look bad, who every day tried to make sure, she's 6'5". Every day she tried to ruin my life. Every day she tried to ruin my life. It's supposed to be a woman, that's what they say. I want y'all to listen how the average black woman who claims she's taken up for black women, this is how the average black female speaks. Listen, learn, be sad, because I was sad when I heard a motherfucker talking like this. This is her voice. This is that woman you see below. This is her just talking on a YouTube show. Listen.
So we can go ahead and move on, and we can have a good time on this panel. Oh yeah, that's why I've been quiet, because I'm not no goddamn. Aside from True and aside from Vic.
The one who said aside from True and aside from Vic, what is your problem? Because it's a woman calling in. It's a woman calling in to talk to her and ask her. Because let me tell y'all what she did, not only to me, but she did it to this the dumbass dude Lick the Bone. She actually put out pictures of his child and the daycare center that his child went to. All for Mr. True Seaman, who says he never attacks anybody's family. But True Seaman didn't tell her, hey, we're not going after Vic's child. As a matter of fact, her and True Seaman asked the audience to call CPS on Lick the Bone to get his kid taken away from him because they didn't like his YouTube videos. Listen.
Aside from True and aside from Vic, What is your personal vendetta with me, so we can go ahead and move on, and we can have a good time on this panel? Oh yeah, that's why I've been quiet, because I'm not no goddamn. Aside from True and aside from Vic.
Hey Chuck, we good, man. We're about to sit back and
Tell you. I watched you do your thing, and it ain't nothing being down for somebody and dropping some links and showing off some shit. But what you did towards the end of your departure, like I said earlier in Vic's chat, before you left Tyra, you put that baby's principal name, her school, every school in a 1-mile radius of Vic's house. What the fuck did he do to you? Okay, so let me address that. Nobody in his chat. Okay, so let me address that. Wait.
Now listen to the question. The woman asked a real poignant question. Why would you do that to a man who's never done anything to you? But the thing is, everyone that's talking, all of them are sick.
Oh yeah, that's why I've been quiet, because I'm not no goddamn. Aside from True and aside from Vic.
Hey Chuck, we good, man. We're about to sit back and
tell you. I watched you do your thing, and it ain't nothing being down for somebody and dropping some links and showing off some shit. But what you did towards the end of your departure, like I said earlier in Vic's chat, before you left Tyra, you put that baby's principal name, her school, every school in a 1-mile radius of Vic's house. What the fuck did he do to you? Okay, so let me address that. Nobody in his chat. Okay, so let me address that. Wait, G, wait. Let me talk to her. No, let me talk to her.
Hey, I'm shutting the fuck up.
Wait, let me address that. Like I said to everybody else in that stream, me and Vic had that conversation off record. So for you to continue to bring that shit up, lets me know you want to continue the fucking drama. Ain't nobody 6 CPS on your baby. Like I said, Sin Center, me and Vic had a conversation off YouTube, and for you to continue to talk about that shit lets me know you are full of shit and you want to continue drama. Everybody on this fucking panel was having a good time and we was past that shit, but you want to continue to keep talking about that shit. I'll address that with Vic. Me and him had a conversation off YouTube, like I said before. Me and him had a fucking conversation off of YouTube, like I said before. Me and him had a fucking conversation off of YouTube. Me and him had a fucking conversation off of YouTube. So continue with that bullshit. Like I said before, me and him had a fucking conversation. Keep on with that. Like I said before, Sin Center, you will not whoop my ass. So go ahead and say what the fuck you gotta say. Don't cry.
Jasmine.
Don't cry.
Calm down. Y'all ain't that serious.
Now you see the man trying to get her to calm down, right? Now you see she did what the average BT 1000 does, repeat itself over and over again. And then let me tell you how ghetto and hood black women are. I'm gonna show you guys something right quick before I let the rest of it play. Thank you guys for sending me her Facebook page. This is what's on her Facebook page right now. Look at what she wrote. This woman that was yelling like that wrote this. I'm tired of his lies, slander, and cyber terrorism towards a protected group of people. What? I'm tired of his lies, slander, and cyber terror. So she just uses words, but none of them ever say, these are the lies, these are the slanders, they just use these words. YouTube, Google, Inc. Stop paying Tommy Sotomayor to stalk, slander, threaten, harass, and steal from other YouTubers. What? Jasmine Tate just signed. And look what this person named Lauren says. You're famous. Right there. They put it out there. Let me know. Look at what she put right here. I'm tired of his hate speech towards a particular group of people. I don't know this woman. I've never done a thing to this woman. Ever. I don't know this chick and have never done a thing to this woman. A protected group of people? This is how stupid black women are. A protected group of people. Lies, slander, and what? What? Listen to how she's talking, and you tell me if she needs protecting from a dude who she never met. Listen again at how she kept repeating herself, because you know the BT keep on saying it, the same thing over and over again. Me and Vic, me and Vic. Her logic is, yeah, I did that fucked up shit. I want y'all to hear this. Her logic is, yeah, I did that fucked up shit to him, but me and Vic talked about it. Huh? Wait, huh? So you did shit like that to his child, and you openly said a woman with a kid who's supposed to be trying to protect a protected group of people. Listen, guys, she's talking about a protected group of people, black women. Yet she did this to Vic's wife and Vic's child, both black females.
Towards the end of your departure, like I said earlier in Vic's chat,
Okay.
before you left Tyra.
All right. You know what? This is very compelling, but we got to go on. But we're going somewhere. We're talking about these protected group of women who talk about feminism and they're so whatever put upon. But listen to this chick who gave $3 million away to, it wasn't a black man.
There were a lot of stories on the internet over the weekend about my husband and I getting a divorce, and those are true. My husband and I are separating, and he filed for divorce a couple of weeks ago. And you know, as you can imagine, that's a very painful thing to go through, and it's also a really painful thing to go through in public. And I had hoped, you know, we did a story a little while ago about Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert separating. They had gone through the entire process without anybody knowing, and I really wanted to do the same thing, to do it privately, and then when we were both ready to make a statement here on the show, because this show feels like a family to me, and you guys, you know, you really feel like my sisters, and I felt like this would be the best and the kindest way to do that. But unfortunately, the tabloids have these people that perch down at the courthouse. They wait and they sift through every legal thing, and they're always looking for dirt. And they got a hold of our divorce filing last week, and they broke the story on Thursday. And we'd already taped our Friday show, so this is the first opportunity I'm getting.
Okay, I want to bust it. I want to bust this. I want to bust this story. I want to bust it right now, where I'm going. First of all, she's wearing the Baphomet on her fucking shoulder. I'm not going to define Baphomet, but I will decide the falling star. I think I've said too much. Do your own research. Make your own videos. Do not believe me. Do not fucking believe me. Do your own research. But look at this bitch. Look at this bitch. I mean, by bitch, I mean fucking dog. And by dog, I mean I apologize to the dogs, because they're much better to their children than these so-called bitches.
Talk about this. Obviously, lots of people have been talking about it for the last several days, none of whom know anything about what's really going on. And I'm sure you can imagine it's pretty frustrating to have people talking about your private life who don't know anything about it, and speculating and, you know, saying lots of crazy stuff. But I wanted to say this. You know, my husband and I met when I was a teenager, and I've been with him for more than half of my adult life. He's my only adult relationship. And other than my parents, he's the person who has influenced me and cared for me the most. And in fact, cared for me even longer than my parents have cared for me. And it's very hard when you love someone very much to also start to realize that maybe you want different things for your lives. That's a very difficult realization to come to. And you don't want to accept it, and you don't want to believe it. And so for a long time...
All right. I've said this before, but the first thing that you have to understand, and the second, and the third, and the fourth fucking thing, is this bitch has got on a fucking hair weave while she's trying to be sincere. Good morning.
You know, my husband and I separated over a year ago, last January. But we were really fighting to try to stay together. And that's why I didn't talk about it. People were like, oh, you know, you're a hypocrite for not talking about it. But we were trying to work it out, and there was no reason to talk about it until we figured out where we were and what we were doing. And then when it was clear that we were going to separate, you know, I really wanted to protect him because he's not in this business. And he didn't choose this life. I chose this life. And it's very unfair to drag somebody into this world who doesn't want any part of it. The only reason they're here is because they've fallen in love with someone who's in the business. And I really wanted to protect him. He's a very private person. He's a very kind-hearted person. And I didn't want to expose him to the kind of stuff I knew was going to come when this happened. And, you know, I know that maybe it's strange for people to understand why you would want to protect someone that you were breaking up with. But I love him, and I'll always love him. And you know, when you love someone as much as I've loved him and for long as I've loved him, even though we've decided that we have to part ways, that doesn't go away. That doesn't die. You don't turn to this, you know, cruel-hearted person who all of a sudden wants to do damage to him. I think he's extraordinary, and I wanted to protect him. And I feel like people think, well, you needed to tell us what was going on, but that would be like your neighbors coming to your house and going, hey, what's going on with your relationship? You owe me an explanation about your life. No. And I've said, look, we talk about people's personal lives on this show all the time. But we've all said at this table, each and every one of us, many times, we don't know what goes on inside anybody's personal life. We don't know the truth about what goes on in the interior relationship. Nobody knows but those two people. And, of course, we live in this culture now where people's personal lives are completely up for grabs all the time. But we can all speculate on what no one knows the truth but those two people. And people are fighting every day. Each and every one of us out there is fighting each and every day for our relationships. And sometimes you succeed, and sometimes you realize that it's time for you to move on with your lives. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Look, here's the last thing I want to say. I just want to say that I don't, not in any way, see this relationship as a failure. I was with this extraordinary person. I had this extraordinary love affair for 25 years of my life.
That's right.
And that is how I feel. I don't think we failed. I think we did it exactly right. We loved each other passionately, and we lived life fully, and we're trying to let each other go in the kindest way we possibly can. And even though we're separating, all I want for him is joy and fulfillment in whatever he chooses to do with his life next. And whatever I can do to help him do that, I want to do it. He's a wonderful person. He's been my best friend for almost my entire life. And I'll always love him. So I want to say to people out there that are speculating about it, that's what I'm going to say about the relationship. And the rest of it is none of your damn business.
All right. That was really nice. And I definitely think that I don't know about their relationship. I don't know. And it hurts. But I tell you what else hurts. This 32 seconds of film hurts. Did you see what that was a lady that was tasing somebody for some reason. And I don't have any reason to believe that it wasn't. I don't have any reason to believe that it wasn't staged. have any reason to believe anything, but I would just suggest that this has got to be some type of movie. But whatever it is, it brought tears to my eyes, and I was not able to look at it. This is my last video about the travailed and the bitchiness and the whoredom and the Jezebelness, the Lilaness and Eve-ness of the black woman and what they're capable of. Because I can't stand it. It makes me cry. It makes me cry.
Like, as I'm talking to you guys, like, my eyes are a little foggy because I almost started to cry. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that, man. You know, I came across this video on the internet, just like I come across a lot of my stories or the videos that I report on. And this lady, she is 9 months pregnant, and she's hitting herself in the stomach with a hammer. It's horrible, guys. Just straight up horrible. This is not the first time that I've seen something like this. Another woman back in 2013, she did the same thing. Took a hammer and started to beat her pregnant stomach. You guys in the comment section, let me know what you think about this story. I don't understand how anyone could do something like this. It just lets you know that there's a lot of mentally ill people out there, man. People out there that you may not think are mentally ill. Like, you may hear someone tell you, if you leave me, I'm going to kill myself. Or, I want to kill myself. And so many times that we hear that stuff from people, we take it for granted. We take it for granted. And, you know, we think to ourselves, well, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. You haven't done it. Like, we may think things like that. And it's hard to really know if it's someone that needs help because there's so many people out there that say things like that, and it feels like they're just trying to get attention. But what this woman did, I don't know, man. Disgusting. Watch this.
No. Oh, no. No.
I guys, like, I'm not gonna let the full video play. It's just one of the most disgusting things ever. Now, the good news out of the situation, authorities have located the woman in this video. Her name is Byrene Wright. I don't know how to pronounce her name, man. From Edgar, and it says that she's getting help. Authorities have located her. It's also said that she did this because the dad of the unborn baby left her, moved on with another woman, and she was doing this to get back at him. The man wants the kid, just not her. She made this video and was sending it to him, and now she's getting personal help. I just don't know what to say, guys. You know, I don't want to single out women here, but it feels like the majority of the women that I have met in my life, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know if times are getting hard or if there's something in the water, but they're becoming way more and more unstable. I'm speaking on some of the women that I have met. And if you're dealing with a woman like this, it's going to be a difficult time. It's going to take a very strong man to deal with a woman like this. And I bet this guy is thinking twice about having kids with her. It was very messed up for the guy to get her pregnant. Then while she's pregnant, you leave her? Now, I don't know if she wanted to hit him in the head with a hammer. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why he wanted to get out of there. A lot of these girls are unstable these days. Now, this is not the first time that I've seen something like this. Like I told you guys earlier in the video, there's a situation that happened where a guy was riding with his girlfriend. She jumps out of the car and says that he pushed her. Anyway, you guys watch this video.
Stop it! Absolutely not. Stop it! Stop it! No! No! There's Maggie Christine. Ow! Why the f*** did you throw me out? No, I had a videotape. Why did you throw me out? No, I had a videotape. I'm glad I had a videotape. No! Yeah. Yeah, I had a videotape.
Like, what's going on? Like, what is freaking going on? Some of these chicks are crazy out here, man. You better make sure you pick the right one. That's all I gotta say, because if you don't, you may be connected with the wrong one for the rest of your life. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like only women are like this. There's some dudes out there that are the same way. I don't understand how someone could try to murder their baby to get back at the person that left him. It lets me know that she loves that man more than she loves the baby. And she knows that that man loves the baby more than her. So guess what she wants to do? She wants to get rid of it. They gotta remove that baby from her, man. They have to. I hope the state removes her kid and any other kids that she may have. Get them away from this woman. Hopefully they get a better life. Anyway, man, you guys have a great day. This is Diamond's Life. Some of these videos, man, they hurt my heart. And this is one of those videos that really hurt my heart.
I'm not going to do any more videos about black bitches. Because if this doesn't convince you of depravity, I can't do this shit anymore. I will not do any more Mgtow black women videos because I can't take it anymore. Good night. Good night. Good night. This is good night.